What's up everybody, Christian James here. Today's video, UFC 293 picks and predictions. All the way from Sydney, Australia. First time in 6 years you got Izzy, the king of 185, versus Sean Strickland, the king of insanity. Now obviously Sean was not the intended fighter for Izzy in this fight. It was supposed to be Dricus Du Plessis or DDP 2.0. Obviously, he needs some time off. If I'm not mistaken, that guy fought 4 times in a year and a half. You going in against Izzy, man, you need real time off. Izzy's not a joke. But Izzy trying to force him into it by dropping a bunch of N-bombs classlessly at the end of 290 or whatever the hell it was. But anyways, it's not the video. Different time when that fight actually takes place, if it takes place. So, we got Sean Strickland, right? Sean Strickland's record is... I don't know. I'm looking at the UFC page. They're not giving me to give me the record, and Izzy's record isn't there either. But we all know Izzy's resume. Izzy has 1 loss at 185, 2 losses in the UFC, 2 losses in MMA in general. 1 when he went up to 205 against Jan, right when he tried to take the belt, didn't work. And 1 against Blachowicz, or not Blachowicz, that's obviously Jan, and 1 against Pereira when he got knocked out in their 3rd fight or 1st fight in MMA. Honestly, Izzy knocked out Pereira in the 2nd fight. Pereira is about my size. I walk around about 260. Pereira is about 240. Cutting down the amount of weight that's insane to get into a fist fight. But Sean Strickland, some decent wins. Nobody against the caliber that Izzy has fought, right? Sean obviously got knocked out against Pereira. Pereira and Izzy fight very similar. Sean has already admitted going into the fight against Pereira, he was very, very nervous. Now, is he going to be as nervous against Izzy? I don't think so. Mainly because personalities matter, right? Yeah, it's a fist fight, but at the end of the day, personalities matter. Pereira, whatever, is stoic as shit. He looks like fucking one day. Like, you know, the Stonehenge face is just nothing there, right? So, I think when it comes to Sean and Izzy generally have I don't want to say they have a dislike for each other, a disdain for each other, more be it. They seem to get along a little bit, especially at the press conference. But how do I think the fight's going to go? Sean has to fight him in a phone booth. Or as Josh Thompson says, in a phone book. He's got to get in on him. He's got to stay close. He's got to fight somewhere to Tai Tuivasa got to fight, but we'll get to that fight in a minute. He's got to make it close. Izzy is a sniper, and Izzy will pick you apart. I think Sean's reach is 72, 74, and Izzy is up at 80. That's a 6 to 8 inch reach advantage, right? We're talking about like, my fist is going to hit you before you even get your hand close to me. So, Sean's got to get in. He's got to make it dirty. Now, Sean does a lot of things wrong. Just because they're not stereotypically correct in natural form of a martial artist doesn't make them wrong. It just makes them right for Sean, but wrong for other people. Sean's got to get in. He's got to get close. Sean's going to take shots. Sean has to fight like Kevin Gastelum fought. He's got to just bring out the dog in him. And Sean has that ability as far as how he talks, as far as how his childhood is. I don't think we've seen Sean in that type of war. Him versus Jack from Anton was, come on, Jack, let's go, Jack, pop, 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 right? Jack is not Izzy. You're not going to lull Jack into the sense of a firefight, or you're not going to lull Izzy into the sense of a firefight like you would Jack. Izzy's got too much experience. He's too smart. He's got too much money behind him. By money, he doesn't want to lose the damn belt. That's what I mean. So, I'm going to pick Sean Strickland. Honestly, if you get in on Izzy, if you take Izzy down, right? Yeah, Izzy can be hard to hold down. Sean isn't a small 185er. Sean knows the ground game well. He's not a great wrestler to get him down, but Izzy's not a great wrestler and anti-wrestler to stay on his feet. I'm going with Sean. Does it make any sense at all? No. But I'm going with Sean. I have this gut feeling Sean's going to win. Sean's going to make it dirty. Sean's going to make it close. And Sean is going to have the arena behind him. So I'm going with Sean. Honestly, just for gut instinct. But as far as skill, technique, and common sense goes, it should be Izzy. But I'm going with Sean. Okay? Now, we got Tai Tuivasa versus Alexander Volkov. Alright, so Volkov is like 6'7", right? Big reach. Tai's 6 feet-ish, 6'2" at most. He's not a very big heavyweight. He's a big heavyweight, but he's not a big heavyweight. So, again, Ty's got to get inside, like he did in Stefan Struve. He's got to put him up against the cage, and he's got to make him pay with power shots. Now, Volkov has a very good, it's not necessarily a teep kick up the middle, which is a push kick, trying to get you away from me, but he has a very good thrust kick, right? Up the middle kick, if you will. If he does that, similar to when he fought Rosenstruve, he's going to be able to damage his belly. And we all know Ty's real soft in the belly area. But Ty gets in, Ty hits him with power shots. It's not going to go well for Volkov. But I think he's going to take a lot of jabs. I think he's going to have to, punches and bunches and just kind of go forward and put his head down and not let himself get clipped. Get him against the fence like he did with Stefan Struve. Make him pay, knock him out. Now, obviously, Stefan Struve is much larger than Volkov, which makes him more awkward, right? When you're 7 feet tall and you fight at 265, you're not at your maximum capacity. Now, Volkov, I know, has felt like an undersized heavyweight, so he's tried to put on extra weight. He maybe has put on extra weight for this fight, but he's not a power puncher like Ty is, right? So we have the classic martial artist versus a guy who just wants to get into a fist fight. I'm going to go with Ty. If Volkov can keep him away from him and win on points, fine. But I don't think Volkov's going to knock him out. I think Ty's going to come inside, put him against the cage, finish him. Also, Ty's got the arena behind him. Ty is one of the MMA fighters in the world, unlike Derek Lewis, who fights good with the people behind him. Some people get so nervous getting out there, they get jittery, they get nervous, and they don't perform well. All right, who we got next? Manel Kape versus Philip Dos Santos. So it's supposed to be Kape versus Kai Kara-France. Kai Kara-France got a concussion, did the smart thing, pulled out, as he should. You should not get into a fist fight with a concussion on purpose. And then Manel Kape, if I'm not mistaken, has a 3-2 or 2-3 record in the UFC, comes out and just starts running his mouth. Bro, you weigh 135 pounds at the press conference. You're yelling over Tai Tuivasa to a 185er who could smash you. And then Tai could get up and make you both just stick Manel Kape's head right up Izzy's ass. But the guy with the vest, he was a rising champion. He's went down to 125. He was 135 there. I don't know how this fight's going to go. I hope Manel gets the fucking shit beat out of him. I don't like that little prick. You come in with that type of energy. You let a guy got a concussion. You're running him out that Izzy. You're doing all this nonsense trying to sound like Stalin Strickland with a guy with a 2-3 or 3-2 record. Look, the other guy, I don't know well. He's undefeated. Hopefully it's a good fight. But at the end of the day, this Manel Kape guy kind of sucks. All right. What else we got here? Justin Taffer versus Austin Lane. The last fight lasted 38 seconds, 40 seconds, and then ended with an eye poke. So Justin Taffer's probably going to get in, hit him hard, knock him out. Now the other guy, former football player, obviously strong, big. He's not probably a great wrestler, but he's a great tackler. And if you've been tackling people since you've been 6 years old, it's not wrestling, but it's similar to wrestling. You know how to put a person on their ass. You don't know how to lift, scoop, pull, and push, but you know how to hit them with your shoulder and drive them to the ground. And then if somebody can teach you how to essentially lift and scoop, it's going to make it much easier. But I don't see Justin Taffer knock him out here with a dub. It's possible. Again, you find a former football player, don't get it twisted. They're tough as hell. And then you got Tyson Pedro versus Anton Terlaki, or the pleasure guy, whatever the hell he calls himself. This is a weird one. Tyson Pedro is probably going to sit on the outside and pick him apart. This weird Swedish lover boy guy is super awkward and weird. I don't know a lot about him. I saw him fight once. So I'm going with Tyson Pedro for the sheer fact that I know who Tyson Pedro is. He's a cleaner fighter. From what I've seen, he's a better fighter. And again, he's at home. And then main one on the prelims, Carlos Ulberg versus Da Woon Jung. Carlos Ulberg versus Da Woon Jung. Carlos is going to pick him apart. I don't see this going any other way. He's going to pick him apart. I don't see how Da Woon Jung's going to do anything. He might try to take him down, but I think his size, speed, and reach is going to keep Carlos Ulberg going forward. Now, I'm just going over, Jamie Mullarkey versus John Makdessi. Well, that should be an okay fight on the prelims. But honestly, like, Jamie Mullarkey probably going to try to take him down, hit him in the face. I don't really see that going any other way. I think there's Mike Diamond, which I think is Blood Diamond. But yeah, I don't really see anything great coming up. I'm just going to early prelims. Kevin Joust versus Kiefer Crosby. Yeah, all right, that should be an okay fight. Should be a banger. But that's it for my predictions. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me why I'm right. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me who you think's going to win. Tell me who you think's going to lose. Tell me what you think Sean's going to do to win that fight. If he can win that fight. I already said it once. I'll say it again. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.